A federal judge puts a hold on parts of a controversial law going into effect on Monday. House Bill 1674 allowed drivers to drive through demonstrators in the roadway. But it's not that part of the law that was ruled unconstitutional. Brittany Toulis joins us right here live in the studio to explain this one. Brittany?
Amanda, it's actually penalizing the protester for blocking roads and finding the organization they're associated with that the courts had issues with.
It's vague. You read the law and you can't be sure exactly what it's saying.
HB 1674 was set to go into effect on Monday, but the 10th Circuit Court deemed two portions of the protest bill unconstitutional. It says it violates First Amendment rights, and the wording is vague, especially when it comes to differentiating between protesters and rioters blocking roadways.
We want to make sure that people who are leafletting, people who are approaching vehicles, maybe, a block away, if they happen to be in the street and walking towards a vehicle, they shouldn't be subject to some new criminal penalty unless that's carefully defined.
Under the law, protesters can be charged with the misdemeanor and fined up to $5,000. The law's author, Representative Kevin West, argues the law is more than clear based on the language used.
It's very important to note what section of law all of this language is in. It's in the riot section. This is a riot situation. It has nothing to do with passing out leaflets or people crossing the street.
The second portion called into question is the part where an organization can be held liable and fined 10 times the amount an individual would face if a protester gets violent.
Easily, these fines could reach, potentially millions of dollars, and that an organization shouldn't be forced to risk that kind of liability just to express its First Amendment rights.
Representative West says it targets groups that can be directly linked to rioting, not just the ones who held demonstrations.
Put money into some of these groups, renting vehicles that were full of stuff for people to cause mayhem.
The part of the law that won't charge drivers for injuring demonstrators will go into effect Monday. Brittany Toulis, Oklahoma's own News 9.